Okay, so we're live. Let's make sure you're live and everywhere you want to be. You're live in your spots.
I am live as
Live and
well. Hi.
hi everyone. This is the first time I'm gonna be do training live or training parrots. But she keeps freezing, so I don't know what's going on with her. There she is. She's
Hi.
back.
Sorry about that. If I keep freezing, I apologize. I'll try and lower my video quality. I'm on Wi-Fi.
Okay, so I'm Danita if you're new, and I have a lot of animals, and I've got 8 birds and 2 dogs. And if you want to introduce yourself, Robin.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Robin. I'm with Parrot SOS. I am a certified bird trainer. So I've been certified by the IAATE, International Association of Avian Trainers and Educators. So I have certification after mine. Actually, I have a couple. So I'm a IAABC accredited dog trainer. I'm a Karen Pryor Academy certified training partner. And I've been doing this for a while. So I have 3 birds of my own. I have an African gray named Quentin and 2 old man cockatiels, Monster and Skeeter. So they're not in here right now. Quentin might join us a little bit later. I've had birds for many, many, many years. I've worked with people like Danita and birds like Max, but every single one is different. They're all individual, and each situation is a little bit unique. So we're here because Max is, go ahead.
Can I just ask you a question? So if someone wanted to be a bird trainer, what would they do? Where would they start?
Where do you start if you want to do bird training? There's actually a couple of places that you can get some education. Parrot SOS does have a mentorship program. So if you're interested in doing that, you can come to our website, parrotsos.com. And there's a few others around. I know that Pamela Clark has a mentorship program, and there's some really great resources available on parrot training and the science behind behavior change. I think a lot of people don't know that there's textbooks on this stuff. There's some laws and some rules and some really cool new research. So definitely, if you want in on that, send me an email and I'm happy to give you all kinds of training information.
Okay, so you guys all hear that? If you want to be a bird trainer, give her an email.
Come on over to Parrot SOS. Hi, Jessica, one of my mentees, currently in the program. Yeah.
Oh, Jessica, no, I'm not good at this. So.
Hi, Max. This is about helping Max do all the things that he needs to do. So before meeting today, I actually had Danita fill out an intake form. That's part of every single consultation I do so that I know how Max lives, because I'm not in Max's living room right now. Danita is. So Danita knows him best. And you're going to be doing all the work with him. I need to be the coach, though. I need to know how he's set up and sort of the life that he lives. And that intake form gives me a lot of that. It also gives me an insight into his sort of problem behaviors. What's going on? What the heck has been happening? So do you want to tell everyone a bit about Max's problems right now?
Well, when he first came here, I was able to get him to step up, and I would bring him out in with all the other birds. And he was shy, of course, but he was probably, if I think back now, it was probably a little much for him. And my house is really active, and then it got more active when my granddaughter came, and he kind of started having meltdowns then. And then he like flies at me face, and he's tried to fly at my other birds and stuff like that too. But he's beautiful. Look at him. He's so cute. He likes to talk and all that other stuff.
He's a great bird. Look at him. He's sitting there really comfortable. And we're going to be pointing out a lot of his body language throughout this, because it can be really interesting to see with my eyes what I'm seeing. So I'm going to be describing it a fair bit and say, hey, look at his body right now. How wide apart are his feet? They're pretty close.
So what does that mean?
Great question. Feet. One of the easiest things to look at on a bird, because we don't have to go, feathers puffing can mean so many things. Let's go with feet. They're pretty easy to see. And if your bird has all of its toes or not, doesn't really matter. You can see where they are. So if the feet are nice and close together, that bird is much more comfortable than the bird
Okay.
that's wide apart,
Okay.
less comfortable. So
Okay.
these wide stances, think about if there was a big wind, they would want that wide stance to hold onto the tree really well.
Oh, smart. Okay, yeah, that
Right?
makes total sense.
So then if they're sitting comfortably,
Uh-huh.
and then all of a sudden they do this and widen their stance, and nothing in their body has changed but their feet,
Right.
you immediately know that there's something that they're holding on for. I'm ready, something I'm less comfortable about.
Okay, and it always means uncomfortable.
Less comfortable. So
Okay.
it's not necessarily uncomfortable, but
Could it
this
be
is how I'm
begging?
going to.
Could
Sorry?
it be begging behavior at all, or no?
Every once in a while in a very young bird. So
Oh, okay.
great point. Not all of these are 100% across the board. We're giving a general impression of most of the time. You may also have a really unique bird.
Okay.
These are sort of generic, but
Okay.
overall, we've got comfy and less comfy.
He's got his feet are about 1 inch apart.
Yeah, so this is going to be his more comfortable. Perfect.
Okay.
And as we start working with him and I say, oh, look at his feet, we're going to be checking his stance, but also his grip. Some birds, it's easier to see that they're holding on really tightly.
Yeah.
Or they've got more of a loose grip.
Yeah, he's loose right now.
Perfect. So this will be part of his calm body language. And the term calm looks different for every bird. So knowing your bird, knowing what Coco looks like when she's calm, knowing what Max looks like when he's calm. These are going to be different for every bird. So Max has nice close feet, a nice loose grip. His feathers on his tummy aren't pulled all the way into his body.
Right.
He's not sucked in.
Yeah.
But it's not puffed all the way out either.
No.
So we'll call that neutral, okay? Like
neutral.
You can see his wings, but you can't see his wing pits.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we're saying he's neutral right now.
Neutral body feathers, calm feet. Let's talk about his head and neck for a second.
Okay.
So feathers on the back of his neck. Yep, that one. You'll see them go up and down. And what I mean by up and down is they sort of extend out a little bit and stand on end.
Right.
Or they could be pulled in and slicked down.
Right. So his neck feathers are pulled out, but his head feathers are down.
Right. The neck feathers on an Amazon are pretty expressive, but it's just the back guys.
Right.
They're usually part of a happy bird. Again, these are labels that I'm throwing as a general idea.
Right.
This neck thing, keep an eye on it because sometimes it goes along with excited or over the top.
Right. Well, in my experience, I find that Amazon's body language is totally different than what I'm used to.
Every species has their own species specific body. So you've noticed with cockatoos, even between the two species of cockatoos, there's a little difference.
Yeah.
So Amazons in their own world again. Any of the African species have their own little isms. If you get into any of the birds from Indonesia, some of the ringnecks or eclectus, they've got their own again. So I encourage every bird person to sort of get to know what their bird looks like when they're calm. Look at the feet, look at their body, look at their head and neck. Okay. And then the last thing we're going to ask you to look at is his eyeballs.
Oh, yeah.
So you can see when he flashes his eyes, hey?
Yeah, he's a flasher.
Get the orange. They pin their eyes, which means they take the pupil part and they make it super, super, super small. So you see a lot of the iris.
Yeah.
It's voluntary. They're doing it on purpose. They're flashing that orange part of the eyes. When they're flashing their eyes, what does that normally go with for Max?
Excitement.
Yeah, pretty excited.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, look at the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, or like what's going on, or treats, or
yes. What about his eye gaze? Is he looking at you with both eyes? Or is he going to look at you more with one or more with the other?
I feel like he's looking at me face first, like.
Exactly. Exactly. So
Yeah.
I wish he was up on the perch doing that calm thing again. That's okay. Leave him down there.
Oh,
When he's back up again, I'll point it out. Look at his eyes. He was looking at you mostly out of one eye.
oh, really?
He was
Okay.
sitting there calm with his calm feet and his neutral body, and he kind of had one eye on you more.
Well, isn't that where one eye means one thing and another eye means another thing? Or is that no? Someone said
Not really, no. Good question. We'll find a lot of that where I'm going to go through some of these things,
okay.
ask all the questions, and I'll say, we thought that, but it didn't have research. Or,
Okay.
we're learning more about that now, and here's where we're at. Because there's
Okay.
research and there's science, I want to bring that to you. So yeah,
Okay.
one eye or the other doesn't mean anything different, but
Okay.
one eye or both eyes.
Oh
There's
yeah,
one eye, one
Yeah.
eye. And
Yeah.
both eyes are more, because they don't have much of an overlap. So if they need it in the middle, it's more in tune with, maybe I need to attack you. Maybe I need to be
One eye.
focused on two eyes. Like you said,
Yeah.
I can have a real good look at you.
So two eyes is ready to protect
Exactly.
himself.
Pause,
One eye.
breathe, stop. One eye, much more neutral, much more calm.
Oh, okay. Interesting. You would have think that it would be the other way around. Or I don't
Right.
know, whatever I think.
And a lot of these vary and change, like I said, giving you generalities. So if you're handing him a treat, maybe he does need both eyes to see the treat.
Right.
But there's going to be some nuances in it. So we'll go through that.
Okay. So he's one eye. He's not even looking at me. So he's actually happy sitting like this with me talking and listening to you and all this. He's actually quite happy.
I love that. And I think the same thing. Could you
Mhm.
give me one or two things that you can see on his body that makes you think happy? Describe them to me.
Well, he's preening for one, and
Awesome.
he's not looking at me. He's not.
He's not bothered, but he's not stressed. He doesn't have that wide feet.
Yeah,
and
he doesn't
split
have
body. He's got a neutral feet, neutral feathers. He's preening.
Yeah, and
doing bird things.
Yeah, he's just absorbing everything. His neck is, but I see now that when he's alert to something, his neck feathers will go up.
Exactly. Yeah. Good eye.
Right. Like he's
Good
looking
eye.
outside now to see, like just briefly, right? When he's okay, good. Yeah. Got it.
Once you start to open your eyes to these things and ask these questions and describe what you're seeing, we can sometimes see new things. So we're leaving some of the labels behind and just tell me what you're seeing. I think he's super happy too, but what does happy look like? So now we've got those eyes on. Now we can go with that. So let's take a look at your goals for him. Because in your write-up that you gave to me, we were talking about maybe letting him out more, having him as part of the flock with Coco and the others. You've got such a great house for that. It's so open. Yeah. And right now he's sort of dive bombing your head, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's always been an only bird, so we do know that. Well,
big change.
The last little while he's been the last few years. I don't know. I don't want to get technical. Anyways, he's been an only bird for a long time.
And then he came to your house how many weeks ago?
3 weeks ago.
This is still so new.
Yeah. It was too much for him.
Which is really good to notice, because then you can go, okay, I see you, buddy. Yeah. I got you. I see that this is all a little much. How can I support you to give you what you need? So I really like the cage that you've got. And I really like giving him the opportunity to be here with everybody, but maybe he's not ready for a stand out in the open just quite yet. It's a little too much.
Right.
We were talking earlier off screen about how you want to let your dog run around and be an amazing dog off the leash, but sometimes you have to teach those skills on a leash before you can let him go run around off leash. So what we're doing is we're setting him up so that those skills can be built. Right. And then we can let him go off leash.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah. He's, I just look back, and if I analyze everything, it was just like, I thought, okay, well, we're all one happy family, but he wasn't ready to be part of the family.
It's okay.
Someone else here.
He
Yeah.
just doesn't know how good he has it yet. It'll
Yeah.
come.
Right.
So this option of having him in his cage in the main area while everyone else is out of the cage might actually be a fun option for him for now as he's building those skills.
Right.
We can monitor him, make sure that he has that neutral body and comfortable feet, that he's sort of enjoying himself.
Right.
And he can learn from the other birds. It's called model rival learning. So he'll probably eat when they're eating, or he'll chew on something when they're chewing on something, or he'll dance when they're dancing.
And they'll nap when it's nap time. And
bingo. And that way, we're not going to have him out quite yet. We'll do in a second. We've got some games. But it gives him that flock atmosphere. He's getting used to people. He's getting used to you. But it also prevents him from going over the top into something he can't quite handle yet, as we're still teaching him those skills.
Right.
Have you heard the term threshold, over threshold?
Yeah. My dogs.
Yeah, we're starting to hear it around. So for anyone else who's listening, we talk about threshold like an imaginary line. There's a threshold line. And underneath that, you can do all your things. If you're a dog, you can, pay attention to your owner and walk nicely on a leash, and you don't mind the kid on a bicycle. Or if you're a bird, you're under threshold, you can, take a treat nicely. You can do a good step up. You can dance like Coco does. And then there's this line where things are a little too much above that. Above the line, you're overwhelmed. There's too much going on. I can't dance. I know, I do too. Over the top. Flip the lid. But there's also no learning happening. When you're over that threshold, you can't learn. You're in an overwhelmed state.
Right.
And so all of the learning we're going to be doing is under threshold. And if he gets close to threshold or over, we just have to take a step back and go, okay, there it is. There's that imaginary line.
Right. So threshold would be the wide feet stance, the feathers, and the flashing eyes.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo.
So we keep them under that.
Oh, I see. That's where your threshold line is today. And it can be different today to tomorrow. That's fine.
Okay.
I see your wide feet, and I see the flashing eyes, and maybe that lower body, beak forward. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Above that, you can't learn. And I don't want to push you. No one wants to push their bird. It just happens by accident sometimes.
Yeah.
Now that we can identify it, we can keep him under threshold.
Mm-hmm.
To keep him under, we have to give him what he needs, a little extra distance and a little less of whatever was pushing him over. This is the tricky part. So you see him, okay, he's wide feet, he's at threshold. What do I do? What do I do? Now what?
Put my mask on.
Yeah. Pause, breathe. And if you can take a step back, take a step back. See what it does to his body language. We're going to ask Max, is that enough?
Right.
Is that a good space? Are you still over threshold? Because we can help you more.
Right.
We're helping.
Yes.
And we learned that because of his body.
I understand this because I have a fearful cockatoo, and I know her space, right? Some days her space is 4 feet. Some days her space is 1 feet.
Yeah.
But I'm used to dealing with fearful birds, not this type. So if I switch that over to this kind, then I can.
Really similar, isn't it?
Yes.
And that threshold for fear is the same sort of idea as the threshold for anything that's fight or flight.
Right. Okay.
We could call fear the flight option, the, oh God, get away.
Right.
But we could also say fight. That's also in fight or flight, right? And maybe Max is he's more of a fighter when he gets into that overwhelmed state.
He's a fighter. Well, yeah. Maybe it's a male thing.
It's not necessarily.
No.
I mean, we try and blame it on male or female or old or young, or it's anything that gets you over threshold, honey. It doesn't really matter why.
like with our dogs, it was like they learned early that if they look scary, people wouldn't bother them anymore. So like they would start lunging and the people would go away and they were fine.
Bingo.
Would you look at the same with birds?
We look at the function for the animal. I'm going to get a little technical for a second. So everybody hang out with me, follow
Okay.
me through it, and then ask your questions in the chat if you have to.
Okay.
A behavior has a
Uh-huh.
function for the animal, meaning he's doing it to have an outcome. He's like using his tools because he wants you further away. What's one really good way to get you further away? Biting, attacking.
Yeah.
That'll get you back off.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's a function, which is space for him.
Yeah.
Any behavior we're dealing with, whether it's biting or screaming, even feather destructive behavior, one-person birds, Velcro birds, any of those labels, there's a function for that bird. We need to figure out what the function is before we apply a plan. Because otherwise, I'm just giving you guesses and I'm like throwing stuff at you. Is this going to work? I don't know if it's going to work. Because what's the function for Max? Why is he behaving? He's expecting more distance.
Mm-hmm.
Back off, lady.
Yeah.
There's the function.
Yeah, the function. Okay.
So I know it gets really technical really quickly. But
okay. So any bad behavior that is not good.
Yeah.
It's providing
it's not good for you, but it works for him.
Yeah. So that's their way of coping or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of what I'm doing with my private clients is trying to assess the situation to find that function. And then we can give him a better way of saying that. Excuse me, could you take a step backwards, please, ma'am?
Yeah.
In a nicer way.
Yeah.
Rather than the flying to attack your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so happy right now. He's eating his breakfast.
Awesome.
All, well, his feet are wide apart. Maybe it's just easy.
It can sometimes be a balance thing for sure.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, so this is part of the communication piece where we are asking Max what he needs, and he's going to tell us what he needs with his body, with his feet, with his fluffing, with his head posture, with the feathers on, whatever it is, we're going to listen to that because that happened in that video that I did yesterday with the slow-mo.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, sorry. Here I'm back. So the video yesterday, I did a couple of slow-mos. The first thing he did was the wide feet and the very low body with the beak forward.
Yeah.
And if we had, at that moment, told you to stop, pause, don't give him the treat, and just stand there for a second.
Yeah.
What would he have done? I'm curious. I'm not even right.
Well, he really wanted
and you go,
that.
Oh, buddy, I see your feet are really wide.
Uh-huh.
Huh. I see you're really far forward leaning.
Right.
Are you okay? What can I do to make you more comfortable?
Could I give him a treat on a spoon or something?
Maybe we do a treat on a spoon. Maybe we do depositing the treat into a dish instead of his mouth.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Or like we can think of a whole bunch of options. I've even used like a little lick of a natural nut butter off the end of the spoon.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But we also want to keep in mind that the function for Max is to have a little bit more space. Mm-hmm. So maybe getting the treat in that moment isn't what he needs.
Okay.
Maybe he needed just a little more space and you really want to give him the treat. And I'm all about treats. Definitely give your birds treats. But in that moment, is that what he needed?
Right. Well, he was trying to get to the treat, like, because he saw the bag and I hide the bag now because it makes him too excited. You know what I mean? So
there's more function to this. It's never as simple as one thing. Yeah. It's never that simple. So how then could Max say, excuse me, please, may I please have one of those delicious snacks?
Right. Yeah.
in a way that is better for you and better for him, that keeps him under that threshold, that makes it clear enough that you can see it,
Right.
but also works for him.
Yes. Okay, so what do you suggest?
Yes. Okay, so let's do that. How do we give Max treats? We're going to do it right now. He's looking at you with one eye. Hi, Max. Aren't you the cutest? That was a good poop. Good job, buddy.
Hi. Hi.
All right,
Okay.
so we're going to give him some treats right now. I'm going to get you to move physically really slowly so I can coach you while you're moving. Okay?
Okay, so I'm going to hide. Should I let him see the treat or should I hide it in my
Yes,
hand?
you can let him see the treat because I want to see his body language the whole time. You can let him see the treat and he doesn't have to do any tricks. He doesn't have to do any games. Right now, it's just watch his body when you hand him the treat. He's like, ooh, I'm ready. Ooh, I'm ready.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah.
Just nice and slowly hand it to him. Watch his feet.
Should I can't get him a piece through the cage bars or?
A piece through the cage bars. Exactly.
Okay.
Can we focus on you? Can we like spotlight you or something?
Me?
Yeah, you. So he's a little bigger on the screen here. Can you make my face smaller?
Oh, I see. Okay, let's do that.
Because I can still coach you, but I want people to also be able to see. There you go. Let's look at his feet.
Okay. Okay, so look.
Good job, Max. We're going to give you a treat. Nice and slow. Very good. Okay, yeah. So where you want your treat, buddy? Right there? Okay, go ahead. Hand it through the bars.
You want it up
right
here?
there.
That's
nice.
Boy.
His feet are nice. His feathers on the back of his head are still in the calm position.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah. Or
he's looking at you with one eye, not both.
Right.
Good job, Max. You're doing a great job, Max.
So his feathers on the back of his neck are a little fluffed up. Still a little. Can you see?
Yeah, a little bit. He is a little bit excited. He's got a delicious treat. He's feeling pretty good right now, I would guess.
Okay, so that's excitement for the treat.
Maybe. Let's go with that for now. As long as we can see it and be a good observer, be a good watcher of these things.
Right. Okay.
Then we'll be able to use that information when we give him more treats.
Okay.
Because right now we're doing it for free. We're just going nice and slowly, asking him if he'll take a treat nice and gently, and then removing our hand.
Okay. So these treats, he's very treat motivated, which is good.
Awesome. It's a pretty big treat.
It is. I should be giving smaller ones, right?
The smaller the treat, the more we can do in a short period of time. So if we have one big NutriBerry, it'll take him, what, a couple of minutes to eat it, right?
Okay, yeah, I'll give him smaller one next time.
If we give him smaller things, then we can repeat, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 times in 2 minutes.
Okay, we'll do that. Just like when you were a baby, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Good
job, Max.
My dog is here. She's trying to get in on the TRE.
I heard the treat word.
Yeah.
All right. So Max is going to get another treat from you. We're going to watch his body language again.
I'm going to give him smaller.
Let's do a smaller one. We're going to do this one again with no other demand, just a nice slow treat. And we'll make sure that he takes it nicely.
Do you want to come over here and get it? Don't you bite me.
Very good, Max. Very nice.
Good. Yeah.
Okay. This time you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to have the treat between your thumb and finger.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to get you to point with that right where you're going to give it. I'm going to give it right here and then put it through the bars. So it's like you're pointing. This is the spot. I'm giving you the treat. You just need to come here, and this is where the treat's going to be.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to give it over here, Max.
We're going to go over here. You want some?
Here.
Yes. Very nice. Give him that treat. Yes. Good job, buddy.
Sorry. There we go.
This is how we start the game tap, tap, treat. We start with a couple of treats for free. So he's getting used to it. Good job.
Right. And then the next one, I should give him in a different.
Give him in the same spot again. We have to repeat a couple times so that it's a game.
Okay, so it's a game. Boy, you're being so good,
He's
eh?
being great. You're
Like,
going to come over to the perch where I'm pointing, and that's where the treat's going to be.
here, over here.
You're going to come over here? Come get the treat, buddy. Awesome.
There we go.
Now you can tap over there. Let's do a point where he's sitting over there. Point and hand him a treat over in that corner perch.
Over here?
Yeah.
Okay, let's like tap the cage.
Yeah, same motion. Over here, we're giving you the treat.
Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, let him finish this. Well, you're gonna be full. Hey, one over here.
There, this one here. Good job, Max. He likes this game that he's winning.
Yeah, he's winning this game for sure.
All right, the third one we're gonna do. Same motion, same tap and treat, but that perch up at the top. The one on the front there, right there. Yeah, let's see if we could get him up there. You might have to stand. We'll see.
Hey,
buddy, we're gonna play this game over here. Do you want to come up here for it?
You want to come up here? Oh, he's not finished that one.
Okay, wait for him to finish. Wait for him to chew.
I'm giving them to so small that he doesn't even see.
And if you need to use a bigger one this time, you can. We're going to come up here, buddy.
Here. You want the stuff here? Up here. Come get your treat.
No, he's not quite ready. Okay, stop for a second. Ask in the door one this time. So that was actually really clear on his part. Yeah, no, not going there. Not ready yet.
Oh, okay. So
right?
Yes,
he was said, just looking at you like, no.
Right. So which one do we not do next?
Let's go back to the door one again. We're just going to practice that game.
So that he's getting rewarded every time.
He's getting a reward every time. It's a super easy ask. There's no biting or lunging. He's got that nice calm body language. Come over here, bud. Good job. Nice and slow. Very nice.
Oh, now he's staying there and eating it too.
Perfect. This game will translate when we open the door. We're not going to open the door today.
No.
But when we do, we'll already have this skill.
Mm-hmm.
When you can say, buddy, can you come over here? He knows, oh, I know what that means. And I know I'm going to get a treat for doing it.
Right.
We have to build the skill in small baby steps. So as much as this looks like it's not very much right now, it's the foundation. It builds and builds and builds.
Right.
Good job, Max. You want to play this game again? Yes, I do.
So now he's going up top.
Sure.
Should I give him one up there? See if he comes
to it? I think not. Let's not. Let's pause.
Okay, let's pause.
He created some distance between you and him.
Wonder why.
He might have needed it. That's okay. He's like, that was a fun game, but I'm good now. Thank you.
Okay, so now he's coming.
He's kind of done. Let's let him pause.
Okay.
Bring us back to sharing the screen again, and we'll chat about it.
There.
Hi.
Are we double? Yeah.
Oh, we're split screen.
Okay. Is that what you want? Or do you want this?
That one. There we go. That's the one. Okay. You did really well with that game, and he did really well with that game.
So now look at him. He is.
All right. Let's talk about this body language. Tell me what you see.
His wings are out. His feet are really spread apart. Mm-hmm. He's focused.
Mm-hmm.
He was begging. Well, he wanted something for sure.
Yep.
So now he's relaxed. So
Now he's relaxed. Now we can play the game again. I would get a treat now and play that game down here. Yeah.
Here.
You want to play the game more? Good job.
Good boy.
We wait for that nice, calm body language before we engage. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So this is all making, it's got all these little pieces that I suddenly have to pull together in my short-term memory brain.
It's okay. So everybody here knows I always give a summary of what we talked about in an email to my clients afterwards, because you're in the middle of this and you're not taking notes, you're experiencing it and it makes sense in the moment. But then later on you go, what the heck were we talking about? So I give a full summary afterwards, and usually a recording. Now this is going to be live on Facebook and YouTube, so you'll have a recording. But any of my private clients, I don't make a public live usually, so we'll have a private recording.
Yeah. So what behaviors do you deal with a lot? Like people come to you with, what are the main things that people want help with?
You know, all kinds of things. I definitely hear from people just like yourself with a bird who's maybe biting or attacking, dive bombing, any of those labels. I have a number of clients with screaming birds, that excessive, loud vocalizing. It's really hard to live with a bird that loud. I have some clients who are just wanting to make sure they're starting on the right foot. And maybe they're new with their bird. It's a rescue bird or a baby bird, doesn't matter, but I'm new to this bird. Help me build that connection, build that foundation.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's he's doing now? He's going up to his...
What you doing, buddy? What you doing, buddy? Just let him watch. Watch his body language. I think he might be done. Some birds are done after 3, 4, 5 treats. That's fine. If he's done, what I'd like you to do, Danita, is to grab one of the whole Nutriberries and put it in his bowl.
Okay.
This is we're done with training. I'm not going to ask you to do any more. We're all done. Here's a little treat for whenever you're ready. We're good.
That was fantastic.
Sort of like an all done signal. We're all done. There you go, buddy. You get this done for free.
You're all done now. Good boy. That was really good. You forget. Oh, sorry. I startled you. Here. Right here.
Just leave it. Put it in. Walk away. Give him the space. Yep.
Okay.
There you go.
He probably knows it's there.
He does. Of course he does. He may not want it.
They don't know.
And he might actually be looking at you like, why'd you give it to me for free? Don't I always have to work for these things? No, you don't always have to work for it, buddy. You can get them for free too.
Right.
Huh. Who'd have thought?
Yeah.
You're okay, Max.
He likes your voice.
You're a good boy, Max.
We'll just do a recording of you over and over again talking.
Nice and calm when he's got that calm body language. So this game of sitting with him, giving him small treats through the bars and indicating where you're giving. I'm going to give the treat over here, or I'm going to give the treat over here. This game, I want you to play it with him twice a day for as much as he wants to. And it could be 2, 3, 4 treats and he's done. That's fine. And that'll take you what, 2 minutes?
Yeah, no, not long at all.
Yeah. That's the game.
That's the game. And eventually he's going to be able to be out safely with everybody. There's
a second game I'm going to introduce to you, but that's the first game. So that game leads into tap, tap, treat. So when he's out and he's with everybody, you can go, okay, buddy, over there onto the play jam, or okay, buddy, back to your cage, or okay, buddy, let's go in. And he knows what that means because you've played it, you've practiced it.
Right. Okay.
And then you don't always have to do a step up. He'll just go.
Yeah.
So that's why
So,
that game is so good.
okay, so 1 week. So I'll do this for a week. So
Yes,
he's
you're
really
going to do that
comfortable
for a
with
week.
it. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And then a couple times a day, right?
Yeah. Are you ready for
Right.
game number 2?
Oh, okay. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Ready.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I
Game
am.
number 2. So when you stood up and you went over and put the treat into his dish and came back, he got a little excited, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to be working on with this game.
Okay.
I want to make sure that, yeah, see there, now he's eating it. That's good. Okay. I want to make sure that you approaching the cage, he can still be calm with. You went an
Right.
approach and he went above threshold. He showed those body languages like he wasn't comfortable with the tail and the flaring and the eye pin. I don't want you near here right now.
Uh-huh.
So this game is going to address that.
It's weird though, but I know I'm like queen of questions, but okay,
Please.
so I mean, you hear that animals read your energy and everything. Do you think it's because I'm apprehensive? Because I'm just like,
You know, there is a little bit to that. Not a
uh-huh.
lot of scientific evidence there, but I've had enough anecdotal evidence that, yeah, you just take a deep breath and play the game that I'm going to show you, and you're going to feel a lot more confident because I want this to be a communication between you and Max.
Okay.
Instead of you going, I don't know what to do. I don't know why you're over threshold. I feel like I'm, like we made progress, but we didn't. And yeah, that feeling.
Yeah.
This game's going to help because we're going to do a bit of a cha-cha game with him.
Right.
And it's going to give you confidence in reading him, and it's going to give him confidence in reading you.
Okay.
I feel like he doesn't know what's going on. He's like, why are you over here? Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. He doesn't know what to expect from me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why are you coming up to me? What the heck?
Yeah, he doesn't know what to expect.
Okay. So this game, I like to call the cha-cha game. You can think, we like cha-chas.
Yeah.
Think of it like the childhood game Red Light, Green Light.
Right.
So for people here who don't know this game, it's where you have a bunch of kids on one side of the field and they're moving to the other side of the field. And when you say green light, they start coming. And when you say red light, they stop and freeze.
Right.
And then green light and then red light.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the game, essentially. You're going to be playing that game with him. And the red light and green light is going to be his feathers.
Okay.
So I'm going to explain it first. Don't stand up yet.
Okay.
We're going to start back. His feathers are calm. That's green light. You're going to come forward a little bit. As soon as we get the poof, if that's the red light, and you're actually going to take one step back so that he can calm again.
Right.
So it's like, nah, 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 nah. It's a cha-cha.
Right. Oh, yeah, I get the cha-cha now.
He's got the red light and green light in his body language.
Right.
If he's calm, neutral body, neutral feet, happy eye, like all the things we talked about at the beginning that we called calm in Max.
Yeah.
You can take nice, slow steps forward.
Right.
And if he gives you the red light, which is the fluff, the puff, the flare, the eye pin, the big wide stance.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not just red light. It's red light and a step back.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is he still eating? I wanted to talk until he was done eating.
He's still eating. He went and got the big one. I thought he didn't know it was there. Like, honestly, I'm like, here, it's over here. Normally, I'm like, you're not getting it. It's here. So he knows it's there. So I don't have to like mother hen him all the time, which is what I do.
He's fine.
Yeah.
He knows there's food. They may not, and a number of birds do this. Some birds don't eat until they have come down into that low threshold area.
Oh, okay. So he was just maybe not ready.
A little bit too much of this, and he needed a second, okay? Because I get like that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I'm too much here, then I'm not going to sit down and have a snack.
Right. Right.
So now
And
that
when you do this red light, green light, so he's out in the area with everybody, I will make sure I do that every time I walk by the cage or approach him. So I should probably put him a little farther away so that
bingo. Yes.
I don't have to, so he doesn't every time I come close.
Exactly. That is exactly right. I want you to do that with him every single time you are approaching his cage. Whereas the other game is only a couple times a day. Let's just play this game. This one is going to be a bit of a cha-cha every time you go to food or water or give him a treat or see if he's okay. Every time you're interacting with him, I want him to have nice neutral body. And if he does any big flares, you pause and take a step back and go, okay, I see you. I see you. It's okay. You're okay, buddy.
Right. Okay. Oh, that's
and
good.
Then when he's neutral again, you can come forward again. So if you're putting his cage back a bit, I think that's a really good call. That's what we would suggest as a setup. Put him back a bit. Now you don't have to do that game every 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Gives him more space.
No sweeping and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
you know what? That game goes really quickly. And when you start playing that sort of red light, green light, that cha-cha game, he starts to think you are noticing. You know that I know that you know that I know.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. That's good. All right. So now
really reassuring for him.
Yeah. So he's done his treat.
All right. Do you want to try that red light, green light game? What do you think?
Sure. Yeah. And then do you want me to go full screen?
Sure. Go full screen again. Then I can see a little better and coach you a little better.
Okay. So we got 250 watching. Wow.
Wow. Max. This is a good one.
Max, you got a lot of company.
Hi, Max.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say red light or green light, but if you see it, you stop without me saying it, okay?
Do you want to see me too, or just?
Yeah, you're good. I want you to watch Max. Max is the holder of the red light or the green light.
Okay.
So right now, he seems pretty
good. He has to make eye contact, or?
Nope. Just good. You're a good boy. It's a little closer now, Danita.
Okay.
Yep. Go right up like you were going to change his water. Awesome. Good job. Hi, buddy.
What are you doing? Good boy.
All right. Now step back, step back, step back. Good. Pause.
So he came down wide.
He did a little bit of a lowering of the body. I couldn't quite see his feet, but I imagined a wide foot and a bit of a flare of his tail that we could see because you touched his bowl, I think. That was the clinching moment. So now he's in the corner. Let's do the red light, green light again.
So walk back and then go.
Gonna go forward, go green, green light, green light, green light, green light. Hi, buddy. Good job. Hi.
Good boy. Are you having fun today? Yeah?
He's having a great time.
Oh, look how pretty your feathers are today. So
he isn't even asking you to back up. That's awesome.
Yeah, you're a good boy, aren't you? Oh, see, now I moved
sudden movement, back up a step. Yeah. There you go, buddy.
So now he's crouching.
Yep, that's okay. Give him a second. You take one more step back if he's not calm yet. There you go, buddy.
So why would he be suddenly like that? Like, because he was fine with me talking to him, and then suddenly he wasn't.
What's the difference? Something's different. What's the difference?
I don't know.
I think the difference is you were seated versus standing.
Oh, okay.
So let him go up to the top again. We're going to do one more red light, green light.
Okay. Can you see him?
I can see him. Yep. Green light. Green light.
So go.
Yep. Good job. Green light. Green light. Green light. Pause. 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 Wait for relax. Take 1 half step back. He's not quite as neutral as I want. Good job, Max. Pause. Neutral. Good. Wing flip. Okay. Take 1 step forward for me. There. Yeah. There. We're good and relaxed now. Aren't you a good boy?
Hey, Max, what are you doing?
Like, I'm good. What are you doing? All right. I think we're good now. That's a good game. Come back and sit down and we'll talk about it.
Okay. Okay, so double.
Did it!
You did it! Yay!
Woo! Okay. How did that feel?
It felt good, but I feel like I wasn't picking up on it quick enough. Like it wasn't picking up on the subtle clues because I wouldn't have noticed unless you told me.
It's okay. It's okay.
Like
this is a practice.
If he was like the tiny clues, I wasn't picking up on, but the bigger ones I'll definitely pick up on.
That is just fine. We're all learning these new communication skills. You are learning brand new eyeballs. As of an hour ago, you learned about new eyes. So it'll take some time, but also to his side, he's not very good at giving you signals yet. So this is building that communication between you two.
Okay.
You're getting the green light to come closer, and then he's giving you the red light to hold on a second.
Okay.
That's all this communication is. You're gonna get it wrong, Danita. It's okay.
It's okay, Max. We're not going to be perfect, right?
Someone in the comments here mentioned, watch the stream after. You might be able to see it in the video.
Yeah.
And that's something I tell a lot of my clients is actually set up your own cell phone. Do a little video of your own interaction. Don't share it with anyone. Don't share it with me. You don't have to show a soul.
Right.
But maybe that'll help you identify some of those little things that he's giving off, because he's giving off pretty subtle things.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just practice at this point. Buddy, can I come closer? Yes. No. No. Step back. Okay.
It's hard because like I don't like my birds are just comfortable. We're a comfortable family and I don't this and I won't. And
they have that communication with you. You've known them and they're able to say that to you. Max is coming from a different background, a different situation.
And I've got to get out the noise and just focus on him because like I'm always like I got all the birds and I assumed that my mistake was I assumed he was going to be like everyone else and we were all going to be a happy family and this is a perfect place right now for you.
That's how they get you. That's how they get you with the second and third child.
Yeah.
It's going to be like the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all individual. They're all unique. And I am so proud of you for helping Max. This is not an easy situation.
No.
You're doing really, really well with him. He's got a great cage and a great home. He's got other birds that he can model after.
Yeah.
Good food and water and toys. And he's got you. And you care so much that I'm here today. Like, you're doing awesome. You really, really are. Some of these are hard games.
Well, I think a lot of people will get a bird like this and they're like, I can't have that bird in my house, right? And then it's like, okay, well, he's not fitting my life right now. So that's not, like this is our life and, we should change our life a little bit around him to make sure that he is comfortable to be part of it.
Right, exactly. So you're doing all the things you need to get him as part of your family. He's still going to be eating when the other guys are eating and dancing when they're dancing. We're going to move his cage back a little bit so he's got more of a comfort bubble.
Yeah.
And we're going to teach him these skills slowly, little bit by little bit, we're going to build him up so that when he's out, he can be just like Coco. He can be out on the stand. He can be
Yeah.
chewing something in the corner in a happy, normal, species-specific way.
Yeah. Would you suggest him going back in the bird room during quiet time? Usually they're all in there having naps and, doing their thing. Like, do you suggest that he should do that? Like, so he's modeling and getting with the program, or do you think he should be better out here?
Let's ask Max.
Right.
Is it easy to get him from one location to the other? Do we just roll him over? Or does he have to be stepped up and grabbed and shuffled and pushed,
Or roll him in.
Perfect. Let's be careful rolling. Let's make sure we're not getting that heightened over thresholdness while we're rolling him.
Well, he's definitely excited, and his body language is not being comfortable when I'm rolling him in. So I'm probably breaking a lot of trust there with him by just saying, this is where you're going.
Let's ask Max. Do you want to go or not? Is it okay for him to be out in the main room in this cage the whole time while the other guys are in? Yeah, it's fine. He's not missing out on anything by being.
He's got another bird. He's looking good. So
yeah, and I can see him right now. He looks pretty darn comfortable. I just don't know the rest of the life. I don't know how the world works in your particular home. So you need to go by his body language. Mm-hmm. If he is more comfortable where he's at, just leave him. He's happy.
Yeah. Well, he's quite happy now. And when he's near a window, he calls and calls and calls and calls. So I don't think a window's a good idea for him.
Not yet? Makes him a little over threshold?
Well, he does the crow.
Oh, oh good. There was a good question in the chat I'm going to answer real quick. Does the age factor in? It factors in, but it's not a huge factor, honestly. I've worked with birds in their 60s and 70s, like ear age. So I'm just thinking, okay, Max is 27. He's had 27 years of not communicating with you, of communicating with other people, or by saying things in a different way. So we just have to teach him this new way of communicating with you, doing the body language thing, doing the comfortable versus over threshold thing. And they learn really quickly. They're smart.
Yeah. So smart.
So smart. Maybe I'd be worried if this was a prolonged feather plucking or something medical. But he's just got like miscommunication going on. Right. That's pretty easy to fix.
Yeah. Maybe we should see if anyone else has questions that they want to ask in the chat.
Let's do that. Okay. Well, officially, I will end our consultation and I will write up the note and email it to you. But I'm going to go real quick now into our comments on both YouTube and Facebook and see if anyone has any questions in general about Max or the training we've done. And keep in mind that I cannot answer specifics about you and your bird and your situation without the background, without the assessment, and without knowing a little bit more. So I can't really answer specifics about your bird, but I'd be happy to answer about Max or about the training in general.
Yes.
Let's see, what do we got in here?
Wow, Leslie's a dog foster mom. She says it helped her so much.
Awesome. There's many things in here that I'd love to have more comments on. Yes, even experienced owners can gain more knowledge. And I think that's something that we all need to do. You've had birds for 20 years. That's great. There's new stuff coming out all the time. There's new research papers. There's new science. So I want to get that to you guys. We can talk a bit about how things are changing, what some new things are coming up with, and how we modify from the way I did things maybe in 2000 versus today in 2023. We change, we update. There's so much new stuff. It does take time to figure each other out. Thank you, Max the Moluccan. And Max the Moluccan knows that you have to train your momager. So now
Yes.
that we've got Max, the Amazon is working on training Danita the momager.
Yeah. Need the momager. Yeah. Well, so everyone seemed to really enjoy this. So that's fantastic. Did you want to do this again?
I would love to do this again. I would love to do more training with Max and
Oh.
or any other bird that you think needs an extra skill. But I think you and I at least should get together in a week, and whether that's on live or on private, and we do maybe an update in 2 weeks on live. That's fair too. So let's talk about our options and get together in a week.
Okay. So I think it's great if we go live so everyone can learn along
Sure.
with me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because this applies to all animals, right? Your dog, your puppy,
It does.
You're
It does
scared.
apply to all animals. It's a little different. Birds can.
Oh, you froze a bit. Ah, you froze. Red light, green light, you're frozen. Oh, what should we do, everybody?
Oh, there I am.
There I am. Okay.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Okay, let's do this again next week. We will see how Max has done and how you have done with some of these games. You can email me anytime in between. And if anyone else here needs anything, they can go to parrotsos.com.
Oh, and this is a good question. So is it okay to leave Max inside his cage until next week?
Very good question. Let's answer that right now. Is it okay to leave Max in his cage for an entire week? The answer is whatever is best for Max. If we can let him out and play, but guarantee he's not practicing dive bombing, he's not going to go over threshold because he can't learn, and he has the ability to do his normal species things, and you can get him back in without chasing him.
Right.
Then you can let him out. Yes.
But we don't know.
We don't.
We do it. So
I would say let's do a couple of days. And if he gets so good at the treat through the bars game that you can open the door to play the game and he doesn't go over threshold, then we have a way of getting him back in, right? You can get him down to that door perch.
But then, like, my thing is, like, I get him down to the door perch, but then I'm be face attacked and everything else at the same time.
We have to get these skills in play. Same thing at the beginning. I said, you want your dog to run around free off leash, but you've got to get the skills in on leash before we can go off leash. So it is okay to leave Max in for the whole week. Make sure you have lots of dance parties.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Max. Well, we'll figure it out, Max. We'll see how bad I feel. Okay.
I want you to put Max first in this. If we can get Max without dive bombing, without going over threshold, responding to your cues really well, staying nice and neutral. If you can do that cha-cha game with him, great. Let's talk about letting him out. But if he's in his cage all week and you're not quite ready, that's fair too.
Wow. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, we'll just practice, right, Max? And another few days is a good, like, keeping up with what we're doing is good base. So we'll do
foundation. Yeah. You don't build a house without a foundation.
That's right. Yeah.
I think Beth is right. I think Max really does enjoy you just sitting there. And so that might be a really good way to interact with him. He doesn't have to be out to get that connection with you. He really likes you sitting right there.
Yeah, he does. He likes me talking, and he's watching Sid play up there, and he can see the windows and listen. He likes the voices, definitely.
Yeah, good. Okay, well, my plan for you is then to do your treat through the bars game twice a day.
Yeah.
You're going to do the cha-cha every time you're interacting with him so that he's got a neutral body. calm and happy when you're approaching him. And if not, he does anything else, you take a step back. Let's leave him in all week so that you don't have to worry. Sit with him, talk with him, play with him through the bars, but leave him in.
Right.
And then we'll meet next week and we'll talk about how it went, how he's done with those skills. If you can move him inside the cage to 2 perches or 3 perches or around the side, let's get those skills really solid. And then on the live, we can talk about maybe out time.
Okay. All right. Well, this has been fantastic.
Good. Are you feeling a little better?
Yeah, I feel better. I feel like I'm in more, I have a little more control over the situation.
Yeah, a game plan.
Yeah.
Good.
So that's good.
Excellent. And don't forget, if you want to watch his body language, grab your cell phone, do a little self video. Review.
Okay, I will do that.
He's so good. Look at him, cutie pie. He's so fluffy.
He's a really nice bird.
He's great. He's going to pick up on these games so quickly.
The vet said he's a beautiful bird. He's really nice. So
yeah, you're going to do great.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll end this.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone in the comments.
Do you want to have any final words or anything?
Final words. Yeah. Let's send in some of your body language questions. Send me body language stuff. I think that's a really great place to start. And I think we can always learn more. I love looking at body language pictures, and we're taking off the labels. We're just talking about feet or eyes or feathers or posture. Right. So it's a really good thing to practice. I'd love to get all of that from everyone in the comments.
Oh yeah, so they can take pictures and send them to you, and maybe you can do a video of like how you did mine, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we can start to look at the body language. That's the basis of communication that birds provide. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you. So fantastic, and you're patient.
You're so welcome. This is going to be great. I'm excited.
Okay, thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, Max.
Bye, guys. Okay, and